Hello, movie fans. So back in 1979, director George Miller released Mad Max. And then it was a successful movie, but it was very low budget. And they actually sold the Mad Max vehicle from that car because they couldn't pay all their staff. It was sold to like the mechanic or something like that. But the underground film, caught on, and so they demanded a sequel, the general public, and so Mad Max 2 was released in 1981. This is also known as The Road Warrior in America, directed again by George Miller. So George Miller, he found the original car, and they made a few modifications for the second one, the second movie that is, and that's the car that you're looking at in front of you right now, as well as the enemy vehicle from that movie, Mad Max 2. So we're going to do an unboxing and see what these things are all about here. So we got some original packaging. You can see that's made by a company called Ace Model Cars. And not much else though, unfortunately. What's going on here? acemodelcars.com. Doesn't really even say what the... Oh, alright, back there on the graphic it says Interceptor number 2 and Enemies Landau. Alright, so let's see here. You might notice I have some allergies today. My nose is a little stuffy, but gonna keep on going with these things, these reviews. So these are old resins. I'm not sure when these were originally put out, and I definitely overpaid for these. Whoever sold these to me made a profit, but it's a pretty old model, so they're just certain cars that I have to have in my collection. Things that influenced me or things that I just recall. And Mad Max is a great set of movies, so I wanted to have these vehicles. This is actually really interesting packaging. This isn't actually a rectangle. It's really hard to tell, but this is vertical. This is actually like a trapezoidal packaging. It's strange. See? It's pretty crazy, this cardboard box. It's not actually a rectangular box. Okay, so... Alright, so let's release this from the package. Even after all that work, I tore the box. Oh well. Okay, so a little background there. So now there's a little bit of tape here in the bottom. Might as well get rid of that. I don't have room to display it like this, so I'm gonna take these off the base and put them into my other display case. Okay, so I think we'll talk about the enemy car first. Well, actually, before I talk about the enemy car, both of these cars are based off of Ford Falcon XB GT. And the Ford Falcon XB series is made for the Australian market. Over 200,000 of them were sold between 1973 and 1976. But the enemy car here is called the Ford Landau, where they basically took the front end of a P5 LTD Ford and grafted it onto the XB series. So it was considered a commercial failure. Only like 1,300 of them were made. But both of these cars would have a 351 cubic inch or 5.8 liter V8 engine, making around 300 horsepower. Okay, so I am noticing here the windshield is already breaking off here. It was like crazy glued on, but seems to be popping off from the tension of the plastic. Pretty long screw holding these things down. There's 2 screws. I'm holding the car so it doesn't just drop off. Alright, let's start with this here. Some spacers, so the tires, even with the spacers, this front tire is totally crushed down. It was screwed down too hard. I'm pretty sure after a while it'll expand back out, but only time will tell. Okay, so let's look at the front end. Yeah, so this front end belongs to a different Ford, called the P5 LTD. Alright, so we have a separate chrome piece here for this bumper. Some interesting little chrome headlights, I guess, there. And I'm seeing if there's a texture there in the grill. I can't tell if there's a texture in the grill. Okay, actually, let me angle the camera down. Yeah, it's hard to say. Might just be smooth plastic there. No, I think there's a graphic. Maybe this is a decal. I see a really fine, like, crosshatch pattern there. There's a little chrome skeleton head here. Okay, really interesting. These carburetors leading to the turbochargers. Alright, that's a chrome plastic piece. A little frame to support it. The windshield wiper blades are like photo etched metal, although that's not really very good. It might have been popped up because you see here, there's the gap. There's some crazy glue that was originally holding this windshield down, but the plastic itself, I think, is just flat, so the tension of it caused it to pop up. I guess if I jam a toothpick in there with some more crazy glue, I'll glue it back. The plastic's very thin. You can see how thin it is, right? So hopefully I can fix it if I'm really careful. There seems to be some sort of script right here. I can't make it out though. And it does seem, I think it's a piece of metal. Alright, so this skull thing though looks like a decal. Silver paint here for the door handle and the keyhole. We got this exhaust system coming out the side. The wheels are different from the front and the back, because the back actually has dualies, like a truck. Yeah, here we go, dualies. And then it's got these steel like fender guards here. Alright, so again, the side plastic here is super thin, and it's got the chrome window molding. Something here again, it's the skull. It's a chrome photo etch. I don't know if that's a piece of metal. That might actually be like, well, it's hard to say. It might be printed on, it might be a piece of metal. I think it's printed on. It's really, really thin. Alright, so the gas cap here is just silver paint. And then I'm noticing the roof is actually a different black. So the base of the main body is gloss black, but then they're painted on this matte black here for the roof. Like a Landau top, I guess. Alright. A separate piece for this bumper. Oh, exhaust tip has some depth to it and some black, so that's good. A spare wheel up here, looking like the spare of the rear. Okay. Thin plastic again. Yeah, you can see the black difference, right? So that's nice. Whoa, look at this tail. That's really crazy taillights. I'm not sure if you actually see this in the movie. I haven't seen this movie in ages. I know it gets destroyed, I guess, in the opening scene or one of the first chases of the movie, but that's a really cool taillight system. I like it. And it's really well done. The red rectangles are very crisply defined. They're not flowing into, they're not overrunning or anything like that. Again, here we got some printing here. I think it's a decal. It's super fine print. I'll try to zoom in for you guys. Let's see if the camera's good enough. Oh, there it is. It says Landau and probably Ford next to it. And the skull thing. Wow. Alright, so that's really nice detail, Ace. I like it. Okay, so let's see this side. Any problems? Any issues? I'm not noticing anything. The window seems okay. Yeah, no problems. So this model is really nice. It's a really weird looking model, of course, because it's like a post-apocalyptic era in Australia. But now that I'm looking through the front, I can see some interior details. So let's see if I get some extra light in here. So you got a shifter knob. It looks like it's white or silver. A couple buttons there in front of it. Steering wheel. Center console there. Some texture to the seat. Not sure if there's anything in the back. It looks like some ribbing there on the belly pan. So that's nice. It actually has an interior, so that's good. I like it. Alright, cool. My solar spinning thing. I'm gonna put this on the solar spinner. Let's let that spin in the background a little bit later. We'll cast up to it. Alright, so the next car is what we really want to see, I guess. Alright, so this is the Pursuit Special from the movie. Give me a minute here as I unscrew this here. Do it off camera and fact, I'll let this spin around so you can evaluate this car while I take the next one off the stand. So the Pursuit Special, this is also a Ford Falcon XB, same engine size and all that stuff. And you're going to notice that it has 8 exhaust pipes that coming out the sides. And it turns out only 2 of them were actually functional in real life. It's more just for styling and stuff. And it also has 2 giant gas tanks in the trunk, which have a 40-gallon capacity. And it has no air dam in the front either. And it's those, the air dam missing in the front and the gas tanks in the back are what make it different from the car from the first Mad Max movie. So, those are the changes that were made. Okay, so let's start with this view here. So, first thing I'm noticing is the wind blower here. The 671 supercharger system. Looks pretty good. Alright. Yeah. This front end is called a Concord nose. I guess it's an aftermarket kit or something like that. Okay, so the model itself has these little plastic lenses here. And behind it you can see like a little light bulb indication, so that's pretty good. So reflective though, I'm not sure if you can see it directly from the front. Probably not. That's probably as good as I can get without a reflection. Alright, we got some tiny black vents here. There seems to be a little depth and detail to that, so that's good. Alright, so this, yeah, it's just molded. Again, it's black gloss and then black matte, so that's good. Ooh, what is this, like a scratch? That's too bad. I mean, new out of the box, so, oh well. Okay, so we got some photo etch windshield wiper blades. Unfortunately, these are not, they weren't laid up right. Like, this wiper blade is bent down too much. So I'm not sure if I want to try to bend that back. That's I'll need some tweezers to do that. I'm just afraid if I do it, I'm going to scratch the windshield. At least this windshield seems to be glued down properly. Maybe not. Actually, in this corner, in the corners, it looks like his butt is peeling up. You can see there, right? There and there, it's peeling up. So that's not so great. Okay, well anyways, let's see about here. Yeah, there's nothing here. The air dam is just gone. And then there's that. In fact, I'm not sure if... I didn't really show the bottom of this one, so I'll just bring it back. No brand, nothing saying what the car is. I guess the intention is just to stay on the plastic display base. Alright. So here are those 8 pipes I was talking about. I guess only 2 of them were really functional in the real vehicle. Again, flatted out tires because they're screwed down too hard, but I'm hoping those will, expand back out. It is screwed together. Okay. So let's go to the side here. Yeah, interesting. The wheels are different. Okay, but in this post-apocalyptic world, I guess they just threw on what they could find. So mismatching stuff. The tires do say BF Goodrich, so that's good. Radial TAs, alright. You got the different matte black here and then gloss over here, so that's really cool. Nice details. And then I like the fact that there are no side windows on this one. And I think they did that because I think in a lot of promotional shots of the movie, Mad Max is sitting in there and his arm is hanging out the window. But it also makes making the model better and easier, I guess. So that's neat. So actually, while we're at it, why don't we just take a look at the interior right now. Alright, so we got the steering wheel, shifter again, some dashboard indication. Should probably be the same as the other car. Although, maybe it's not. What's going on this passenger side? What is that? It's like a roll cage? Or I'm not sure what that is. It's like a side-facing seat or something. Yeah, weird. Not sure if you guys can see that, but I don't know what that is. It's like, it looks like it's a seat where the back is against the door and the person would be sitting that way, but that doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's like a bracket for, to hold something. Maybe a spare wheel or something. Strange. Alright. Anything in the back? I don't see. Oh, look at that. There's a drive shaft running through this thing. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a horizontal drive shaft next to this seat. And it looks like it's running back to the differential. Wow, so that's really unexpected. There's a bulge for the differential, and maybe... No, I don't know. There's like a cross brace there. So maybe it's part of a roll cage. It looks like there's a roll cage here, right? You can see that. So that's pretty cool. So there's obviously no back window here, and I'm not sure if there was one on the real movie car either, because Mad Max had to fit these 40-gallon tanks in there. All right, so that's interesting. Okay. Really interesting. All right, I'm learning a lot here. So the side mirrors, let's see, yeah, there is an insert there. Looks like there's some silver there. Actually, maybe that's not an insert. I think it might just be silver paint. And it's also interesting that there's only one side mirror, only on the driver's side, not here. Same with the other car. Of course, it was a early 70s car, so it might have been an option to get a... Maybe they didn't even offer a passenger side mirror. I guess that's the stock fuel filler cap. Okay, so no problems here. These are resin models. They're not die cast. They're all plastic. They're super light. Okay. Oh, this back not so great. The printing there wasn't done very well. Not well at all. And what's interesting actually is it looks like they printed the graphic and then they laid on this black piece here. I think this black piece must be like a photo etched piece of metal. And so the printing wasn't straight, and it's just exaggerated by the black piece. Oh well. Can't go back in time and buy, or I'm not going to buy another set. I'm going to live with it. Okay, some silver paint here in the tanks. Alright. Little wing on the roof, which is cool. The paint's pretty nice, actually. I mean, look at the reflection there. That's pretty nice on the roof. And actually everywhere. The paint on these is nice. I'm not noticing like contaminants in it. There's no dust or hair or anything in the paint job here, so it's really nicely done. Okay. Alright. So let's go back out here. And let these spin around for a lap. And you can take a look and decide for yourself if you want to pay the prices that are out there for this. I'm not sure how limited this set was. There's nothing saying it's a limited edition either, or how many were made. I mean, this base is just huge, but it's totally blank. There's nothing on it. Alright guys, well that'll be it for today, and maybe it's time to rewatch these movies. Alright, see ya.